Check, check, check. Yo. Hope the rapper. Gordi. Flow Talk.
Let's go.
Hey.
Got some issues that I really need to tend to. Entanglement, abandonment is always on the menu. Sometimes I look to God and question why He really sent you. Had to learn my lesson, you were mirrors of my issues. If I keep on tripping on these girls, then will I make it? I got daddy issues too, I used to be his favorite. Till he found that money I had hidden in the basement. Told me hustle backwards and you'll never be the greatest. And you don't even need a crowd, just do it on your own. Or maybe buy some property and show me that you're grown. And son, you gotta wonder why you wanting the respect. They told you get them out, but who's cleaning up the mess? I know you got some issues and you probably bring me next. But I was in the country that I didn't know I'm stressed. I didn't have a mom and dad who could've wrote a check. America, America, I felt it on my neck. And with every single breath, I felt the world would take my son. In the end, I felt they did, cause look what you become.
I'm gonna let that be right there. Just cause I don't want to expose too much of an unreleased song. Yeah, I mean, give them a little snippet so they can expect what they're gonna hear when they get it.
Absolutely.
So, yo, that was hard.
Thank you.
That was called
Dad Didn't Always Deserve.
And I'm assuming that's dedicated to your pop, obviously.
Absolutely.
When is that releasing? Father's Day?
Yeah.
Hey,
absolutely.
I guessed it, but that's what I would do. I would release it on Father's Day.
No,
too.
absolutely. It's going to be released on Father's Day because honestly, me and my dad didn't really get along growing up.
Yeah.
But now I got to see a lot of what he was trying to say in fruition.
Yeah.
So I had to come to a humbling point as a person, not even as a musician. I had to come to a humbling point as a person and say, let me just start listening real quick because maybe you have something to teach me.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. We don't know all the answers, bro. So
absolutely.
You know, I was grateful enough to have my father in my life too. So I definitely relate to that for sure. But yo, this is Flow Talk, episode 3, season 2. Hope the rapper.
What up, y'all?
It's your boy Gordi. So yeah, man. So Hope, I want to thank you for agreeing to sit down with me here and just talking a little bit about you as an artist, as a person, try to connect with people and get a little bit of understanding of who you are. You know, Hope the rapper and what's kind of reasoning behind your music. So definitely wanted to tap in on that. So for the people who don't know who you are, who is Hope the rapper?
Hope the rapper. To be honest with you, it took me a little while to figure out that question because, like, I started rapping when I was, like, 14 in my mom's kitchen. I had a rock band mic and the Audacity program. So when my parents were...
Shout out to Audacity. I still use that. Shout out to Audacity.
It's nice with the cuss. It was very easy to use, too. So, like, as a 14-year-old getting into the audio engineering world, if it were any more complicated than that, I didn't have the stamina, the heart, or strength at that time.
Patience, too. I don't have patience for that. So.
Exactly. I plugged in my rock band mic that I got with my video game.
Yeah.
Then I go on Audacity, record my track. I think it was I'm Still Fly, and then just took off from there. And then I let the hype get to me. And that's one thing you can't do as an artist is let the hype get to you.
That's true.
Because I started making songs that weren't even me. Like I can make a party song, don't get me wrong. But like in the end of the day, I want a message in most of my songs. So I started like making party songs, becoming a partier. And then I stopped rapping for like 4 or 5 years. And then during the pandemic, I picked up the pen because I didn't have nothing else to do. And then that became my release over everything else. And then that's where I found my hope again. Because I did try to switch my rap name. When I started the partying, I tried to switch to Vents. I don't even know what that means. Like, Vents, what?
That was a rap name?
Yeah. There's still a Facebook page up. I can't get access to delete it. There's still Facebook Vents.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Vance.
So
I'm gonna have to look it up.
yeah. Nah.
Is it spelled the way it sound?
Yeah, with a Z though, because you know you had to put the Z.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, no. So then, Hope the rapper, that all my music has to be hopeful. At the end of the day, my project has to like be like, if you were thinking about something, it gave you a different perspective.
Yep.
That's what hope to me is.
Okay, and you do put music out there that people really. I mean, if you're a fan of lyrics, you know, you definitely be putting out some crazy lyrics out there. So, and you also put inspirational music too. Like your last track, was pretty dope. Your video was pretty dope.
Thank you. Thank you. Shout out One Eye Visuals on that one because they definitely crushed it.
You had a great message behind it too. So, you know, and that's all about, you know, pushing positivity and stuff. So that I respect that part of it because, you know, music and stuff, people rap or do music, hip hop or whatever the genre could be, but, you know, mostly hip hop. A lot of it is, you know, like a background of who the artist is, and a lot of it is negative. Some, you know, people went through some negative stuff, so that's all they know and that's all they preach. At the same time, they do put positive messages out there, but there's more negativity that spreads around than positivity, especially in this digital age. So for you to put that chin up song, you know, hold your head high, we all did dirt just to get by. Yeah, I mean, like, it's catchy, it's a dope hook, it's catchy, and it's positive, and people can relate to that. So when we listen to it, like, literally, you can smoke a blunt, listen to this shit, like, yeah, yo, preach. You know
Absolutely,
what I mean?
absolutely. And that's the exact vibe I was going for, because whenever I was like writing that hook, no lie, the vision I had in my head was like the scenes from Akon's Locked Up. I wanted it to be a vibe like that. Chin up, hold your head, I'm locked up. I wanted the same kind of like vibe, but not like the same melody. It had to be original, but just anthem.
Okay. No, it's a dope song, and the quality behind it is fire. Everything's fire behind it. The video, the audio, the mastering.
And New York, honestly, helps make that video. New York is a different environment. I'm telling you, like,
yeah, I've been there.
You just get out there and there's a couple of scenes in it where I was just walked up a group of people and I was like, hey, do you want to hear this song? At first they were like, do I gotta pay? I was like, no. Shouldn't I be paying you? But
the hustle.
I was like, since you didn't ask me to pay you, I'm gonna rap.
There you go. And you know, that's also dope too, that you do that and just take a weekend, go out there and be like, I'm just gonna fucking go on the streets and rap to whoever I can fucking rap to. You know? And people don't do that. Artists don't do that nowadays.
No, not at all, because it is so easy to blow up on the internet, but the internet, it takes consistency, just like the same as going out and being aggressive about it. Going out and getting word of mouth advertising definitely is going to be harder. So I always suggest putting your work in on the internet and staying consistent with that, but also getting comfortable going out, because then when you're at shows, what I see a lot is a rapper will walk up on stage, look at the DJ to play the beat. That song ends, look at the DJ to play the beat. That song ends, look at the DJ to play beat. And at no point in time are you talking in the crowd, engaging. And that's what makes the differences in shows. If you can connect with the crowd, get them engaged in one way or another, get them involved in your hook, tell them a story while you're performing, they look at you a little bit different when you walk off that stage, because they feel like they know you and they have to like walk up to you after, or they have to look up something because you connected to them in one way or another.
Yo, 100%. Everything I agree with, for sure. Especially, you know, connecting. It that's the difference that you're gonna get a fan to get into your music, is that connection. Because, and you know, if that song don't relate to that person and what they're going through at the same time, or whatever, hits them in a certain way, you know, that emotion, that feeling that people get when it does hit them in a certain way, that's the feeling that they'll never forget. So they're always gonna have a, you know, love for that song because it made them feel some type of way. You feel me? So that's 100%, man. And I respect the grind for behind it. You know what I mean? Like, being out there and just rapping your music, and just, you know, also that's content, right? So at the same time as you're rapping your music to these people, you know, you can record it and put it out there in your own pages and stuff, and see the reactions behind people. You know, you rapping to the folks out there. So the reactions is everything, right? Because it's how do I explain it? when you get a positive reaction towards something, it's contagious, right? So
Oh, groupthink
it's
mentality.
exactly. So as soon as somebody's like, oh, that one person, that 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of the other people that are there with that person are going to be giving you the same reaction. Why? Because a lot of times friends are friends because they like the same things.
Exactly. That's the only way you can honestly be friends.
Mm-hmm.
Has to be a middle ground for conversation in life.
Yeah, exactly. So, shout out to you for that. That's much respect for sure. So, what are some of the, well, actually, let me ask you this. How long were you taking music serious? Like, how many years has it been?
I think I'm going on my third year.
30, okay.
Third year. And that I would say third year ever, because I'm not going to say I wasn't taking it serious whenever I was like recording when I was younger, but that intensity to share the music, that want for it to not just be a song that I made for myself.
Yeah.
That all came in the last 3 years. Now I'm just like, let's make this work. I could turn myself into a business.
True. Okay, so 3 years. And then what are some of the artists that influenced you in creating your own style?
I would have to say J. Cole, 100%. At the time that I was coming back,
that's a good one.
I think he's still doing it. At the time I was coming back, he was on the features like it was a 2008 Wayne. Like getting a J. Cole verse right now, when I hear a J. Cole verse, I get that same rush like I heard that Lighter Flick back in 2008. Granted, it's not the same like metaphors that you get from Weezy, but it's that soul, that energy, that connect that J. Cole has. That's one thing that I like to do. I would have to say Kendrick would have to be next to anybody who listens to J. Cole. Kendrick. And that Kendrick is a storytelling. So I'll sometimes write a story rap, and I have yet to put one out. So I because I'm working on the perfect one. Because the way Kendrick is able to tell a story in one perspective and switch it up, like I'm watching a Thriller movie lyrically. Mm-hmm. I'm never watching anything the whole time, but I had an image in my head.
His artistry is elite. Elite.
Absolutely. And then 2 groups. Griselda, when I first started, and right now it's Coast Contra.
Coast Contra's fire, too. My boy caught a show over there, and he sent me the video. He's like, bro, you missed this show. You should have gone. And he's like, next time you come through, I'm going to let you know so we can go. But he showed me a video of them they were in Boston. I forget how long ago it was, but they had in that video, bro, they was lighting it up. You know what I mean?
I bet. That Eric Jamal's ODB reincarnated.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out to Eric Jamal, Coast Contra, everybody there. Okay, so that's a good list. So what's the process for you when you make your music with your songs? You mentioned you strategize a little bit, but like when you're recording, how do you kind of get into your zone? What are some of the things, like, if you have rituals or whatever, or traditions or something that gives you that focus, that vibe, that gets you into that box, and you're not ready to come out until this shit is done?
So it'd be different when I'm recording and when I'm writing. When I'm recording, that day I just do minimal contact with people. I don't know what it is, but I like to be in just the same mindset I was in when I wrote those lyrics, whether good, whether bad. So I tune into those lyrics for the day. I'll message people. It's not like I'm isolating myself or anything like that, but like I'll just not really make much conversation that day. Go to the studio right after work because I will have to record after a work day. And then I record sometimes I cut it. But lately what I've been trying to do is I like performing live without like backing vocals. So I try to do one takes. My friend Nick Will, he was the one who actually told me that that's important.
To do one takes.
Yeah, to do one takes.
That's true. Don't get rid of it until you're ready.
Absolutely, absolutely. And like, it's crazy. He's like, he can do it every single track he has, whether fast, whether slow, and he makes sure that he can absolutely go through the track one, and it blows my mind absolutely every single time.
Yeah, man. What's that one time? I mean, granted, there's nothing wrong with punching in every once in a while, but the one take you can work with it a lot better.
Exactly. And once you master like switching emotions like that, then you become a better performer. And this music is great, but we need to be able to present it to people. And if we're performing, the Locks actually was the group last year who really brought it to light. We're performing with backing vocals the whole time.
Oh yeah,
feels like Apple Music.
Yeah.
And it's not
Some people do it. Some people do it still though to this day.
It's I have no bad things to say for the folks who can't,
but
it's not pushing the culture anymore.
It's not. But I guess yes, a lot of times what happens too is that they forget their own words.
Exactly.
And so they have to rap over their vocals so they can remember the raps behind it. But it's hard, and that's the difference. That tells you the difference between the artists, the caliber of artist it is. And that's not to shit on anybody, but it's true. Like, if I see somebody performing and they're performing the tracks without any vocals and they're to the T with it, no fuck ups, nothing. And then the next person raps, does their set and they're rapping over their vocals, I'm going to know who's the more seasoned artist.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So, and there's nothing, it's nothing wrong with it. But as a person looking into the shows, you can tell. If I can tell, anybody can tell. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And honestly, it's nothing negative. Sometimes you don't have full control over how the audio is going to be presented to the crowd.
That's true. And
how the vocal mixing is going to be. I know a bunch of great mixers who it doesn't sound like two voices are on top of each other. It sounds like two voices are on top of each other. That's how you lose crowds, even though the song's great.
Yep. You got the first 10 seconds to grab their attention. If you don't grab their attention the first 10 seconds, you lost the crowd, unless you bring it back miraculously with another track or whatever and take control. But taking control, that crowd control is huge, especially when you engage with them. I've seen artists say, all right, so listen, on this hook here, I'm going to have you sing this hook with me. So when I say this, y'all say this, right? And they get engaged. So when they sing the song, they're on it and it's fire. That's content. You know what
exactly.
I mean? So to have that, and that's I guess, again, that shows me the difference between the seasoned artist and the one who's just doing it right now. You know what I mean? Because that engaging the crowd control, explaining every song for every set, every song for, not every set I want to say, but they have like this quick description of the song before they play the song so people can connect to the song.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And they want to, like you tell them a little quick story and they engage with that story, boom, you put that song in, and like, oh shit, I get, you know what I mean? Like, that's that difference. Exactly. You know what I mean? That's that difference. So rehearsal is huge too. That's the difference between a seasoned artist and somebody who's just doing it right now. You know what I mean? I'm huge with that, bro. I think I've told you that off camera too, like when we were doing one of the shows.
Yeah, absolutely.
That rehearsal, like it. I don't know how other promoters feel, but with me, if I'm booking you for a show and your shit sucks, it's a bad look. You know what I mean? Like, not you in general, because your shit don't suck, but what I'm saying is that if I'm taking the time to invest in you and putting a show together, because obviously the caliber of the show reflects on the brand that you have, right? So, and I see that if you're a group, you guys are not in sync, you don't know what the set list is, or you get confused with the next song, or you got technical difficulty because the song wasn't right or whatever. Now things happen, granted, with sound and shit like that.
Exactly.
But mainly just not knowing what the set list is by heart, so you know how to transition from the one song to the other. You see what I'm saying? Forgetting your raps, being nervous. The nerve things is whatever, because that kind of goes away after a little bit.
Exactly.
Comfortable.
That's nature.
But that, like, forgetting your raps, not prepared.
Knowing your songs in order. When you said that, I felt that because it's funny story. My first couple performances, I didn't know my songs in order. So what I would do, write them on my palm of my hand. But I stopped because I was humbled.
Okay.
There's photographers at these events.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, a photographer got a shot. It was like these pictures were all sent to me, but there's just a picture of me, like, after I performed, just looking at my palm, and I'm like, really?
Damn.
That's how you're going to present yourself?
Yeah.
Never again. Every single time I knew.
That's how you learn.
Yep.
That's how you learn. So, you know, that's just the type of stuff that really gets to me, and it just doesn't, like, it irks the heck out of me to see that. You know what I mean? Because it's like, all right, well, this is going to go to shit. You know what I mean? Because, and I try to screen and see, okay, what there's about. But there's one thing, like, looking at their YouTubes and their socials and see what they're engaging with. It's another thing watching them live, and it, like, you know, his digital stuff is fire, but you can't perform worth of shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I mean, let's be honest. That's performance and shows are very important for any artist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's very important, and because that's how you're gonna connect with your fans and build more build a fan base behind it. So, what I say that to say that, you know, the quality of artists is important, especially as a promoter and artists are trying to book for shows, because promoters are looking for the best quality out there. For artists, at the same time, artists are looking for the best shows out there to perform.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So, yeah. So
it becomes that becomes a battle, and you find a pocket, because there's a pocket somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
Ride that pocket to the top.
Absolutely. You're right about that little battle between performers and promoters. Because there is a battle, you know, and if anybody who's been in kind of like that field or has tried to been in that field, they understand how difficult it is.
Not a joke. How you do it, it's not a joke.
Coordinate a show, you know what I mean? And that's the difference between me and a lot of people. I don't do it as much as other people do it, and that's okay with me. Like I don't care. Like that's just because that's my decision, right? And that's not to shit on anybody and none of that, because I respect anybody who's doing shows consistently like that.
Yeah, amazing.
100%, yo, that's hard.
Yeah,
that's
to be able to
hard.
Like bring your equipment every single week and say, you know what, we're gonna put on a show.
Yeah, that's super hard. So anybody who's doing it, you know, my utmost respect for
Bars over bars. I know they do that.
Yeah, I know they do that too. I know. I met that dude. Actually, when you did that show, National.
Yeah. And they're still going. I haven't talked to them for a little bit, just because I'm just straying away from doing my own shows, because
they're going definitely strong. But, you know, like I was saying, like it's hard, and people don't understand that part of it. So the battle between promoters and performers or artists is obviously, you know, artists want to get paid to play, promoters want to pay to play, but only for guarantee that you're gonna bring me 300 people. You feel me? Because if you don't show me the proof in the pudding on your name, there's a back and forth behind it. You know, a lot of times people get upset and people get angry, and because it feels disrespectful to the artist, you know. So, but as a promoter, it's like, bro, okay, I feel you. I understand 100%. I know you put your time and effort and money into this, but at the same time, if you're not bringing me people, I'm not paying you this amount of money you're asking for. You know what I mean? So at the same time, it's like, why don't we collab? And it's no secret, you know, the pay to play or the selling tickets and all that shit. It's no secret. Excuse me. It's no secret that, you know, that's what kind of like the the collaboration is with artists and promoters. Like, yeah, I'm gonna give you these tickets. You know, whatever you make, whatever, that's what you get. You give me whatever the half is, whatever, however you negotiate it. And at the end of the day, that's a win-win. If the artist puts the work behind it. Now, granted, if the artist already put the work behind it, then there's no worry about selling tickets because people are going to come anyway.
Exactly. That's why you stay consistent, because you never know when you get an opportunity. You never know when a big artist is going to be like, hey, come to your city.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what I mean? So there's definitely that in line between, and it's tough because you don't want to offend anybody or get into this animosity with people or whatever, because it's just business. But that's the conversation that's probably the hardest part of the conversations I have, that I hate the most, because it's like, listen, I always try to in the beginning, listen, this is just business. So this is how we're gonna do it. You know what I mean? What if we don't agree on it? Cool, shake hands, move on. You feel me? But people take it into crazy lengths sometimes. It's just like, all right, you know. So I mean, that's just my opinion. As an artist, I respect it because I know the other side of it. Because like I know how long it can take to make a song. I know how long it could take to strategize, to build the market, you know, to release it and all that. You know what I mean? So I respect that part of it. I know how much time it takes to rehearsal, and I've seen it, and it's not easy.
Yeah,
it's not easy.
It's not just. I get that, but that's probably the difference between like a musician and like just a rapper. Because a rapper will just like rap.
Mm-hmm.
A musician knows once you put out that music, it needs a gift wrap.
Yeah. You cut out here. Did you cut out?
No, I'm back.
No,
I'm back.
Okay.
Yeah, so it needs to be gift wrapped for the customer to be able to be enjoying it. You cannot just write those lyrics, say them once good at the studio. That's the only time you have ever said that it was that one good time at the studio, and then you have it for the rest of your life, and then say you're gonna make it. That's the difference between a rapper and a musician, because you'll stay a rapper forever.
No, it's crazy. You're right. You're 100% right. It's just, you know, and it's the easy work, right? It's I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna put it up there, and it's gonna go viral. It's gonna be big, but there's no budget behind it.
Exactly.
There's no push behind it. There's just an upload on YouTube and upload on social medias, and okay, I'm gonna do the next song. Granted, you don't know how to monetize behind. Not you. I'm not saying you in general. Just speaking in general facts. On certain people that can relate to this.
It's all stuff that you should be taking in without offense.
Yeah. So you don't know what I was trying to get at is, you do this song, you do this video, you put it out there. Granted, it's not mastered. The quality sucks. Right? 2, okay, even if you put it out there and the quality sucks, you didn't do it the right way so you can monetize out of it. Because even if it sucks and people hate it, it can still go viral. If it sucks, people are gonna still go viral. If people hate it, still gonna go viral because they're gonna share it, because they're gonna rash on you. It still goes viral.
Y'all seen bad songs go viral.
Regardless, that's what people don't understand. Like Ice JJ Fish, fucking genius. His shit was trash, but I guarantee he made millions of dollars off that trash shit. Yeah, bless you, man. You know what I mean? So that's what you always want to put good quality music, because that's how you build your fan base and stuff like that.
Yeah, of course.
And some people just do it for whatever they want to do it, whether it's to go viral and just be funny or shit like that. But how many times have we seen kind of like the same shit go online? It's just like we're so numb to it. It's like, all right, what else is new? Everybody's faceless. You know what I mean? So
I stopped looking up it might sound ignorant because I am an old school. I stopped looking up rappers because they just look all the same. I could know the name, know the differences in name, but face wise,
yeah, I'm reverse. I forget names all the time, bro, but I remember a face. But no, at the end of the day, it really is important to take time, master it, know it, educate yourself. There's YouTube videos all the time for stuff. Now, granted, I don't know if you want to sit 2-3 hours watching videos, but in the past I've done that. I've watched videos. I've watched videos how to fucking work with this machine. You know what I mean? Like, I watched videos how to work with Final Cut Pro, and I can work with Final Cut Pro. You put me on Final Cut Pro, I can edit the shit out of something. It needs a good processing machine for it to keep up. But I learned, I learned how to use technology. I learned, so you got to educate yourself, because you're just going to put it out there and waste your time and waste your money. And if you don't put anything behind it, it's just as good as trash.
And it can't be good for your mental health either, because music is a release.
It is.
Trying to put this music out as a release, and you don't want to, like, really properly spread those emotions out. They're going to stay stagnant right with you. You didn't put them anywhere.
Yep.
You get those emotions out. You get other people hearing them. You get to hear different perspectives. You learn something about yourself you never could have. Mm-hmm. Just invest a little bit in yourself, and not like buy 1,000 views in 2 seconds. That don't happen in life. I hope you know that. Google has a way, Facebook has a way. They all have different ways.
Oh, speaking of views and all that, all right, I'm glad that you said something about that, right?
Yeah.
Guys, we can tell if the comments are real or not. All you have to do is click on that person's profile and see that they only got 1 subscriber and they fucking just joined the YouTube a day ago. It's not organic. Anybody can do that now. Honestly, anybody can do that now. You know what I mean? So, yeah, these YouTube videos, these YouTube views is 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, 30,000. Yeah, it's cool. But the people know if it's organic or not. I mean, all you got to do is take your time take some time and look at the comments and click whoever, like 3 or 4 people, and you'll see it's the same face with a different name. And they have 1 subscriber, and they were their profile was made a day ago or 2 days ago or whatever. You know what I mean? So take the time to strategize to build your fan base, regardless of what it is, whether it's marketing, even connecting, doing some like strategic marketing, like, for example, like you were talking about, you rapping in front of people, and you recorded that, and that's another way of promoting your song. You know what I mean? It's another way to promote your song, to do that. That's a clip you can put on a reel to promote the song, and the song's fire. You see the reaction, then you go click on the link to play the song, and then you want to buy the song because you thought it's dope, and boom. And then you like the song so much you want to hear his whole album, boom. Then you like the album so much you want to buy his merch, boom. You see what I'm saying?
Just adds up.
It's not gonna be sustainable if you're paying for views or paying for comments, because those people are not buying your shit. It's just fake. And
when they find out, and by they I mean when YouTube and Facebook finds out you've been doing that, you gotta start over.
Yeah, they'll take your shit.
Even if you're like, you're good, then you've been good, start over.
Yeah, they'll take your shit.
Real
so
quick.
I'm glad that you said that, But enough about that, man. Let's talk about what you got going on. All right, so you dropped some tracks already. So again, the Chin Up one was dope.
Yep.
What else you got coming?
What day is it?
Today is
3 days ago.
No idea, bro.
3 days ago, I dropped another single, Butterflies. It was kind of rushed on the release. The reason why I rushed the release is because this Monday, with 105.5 JYY, it's a radio station here in New Hampshire, mainly Upper New Hampshire, but you could also get it some places here. We're gonna do a 3-month deal where they're gonna put me on a nightly rotation.
Okay.
For that song.
That's dope. Congrats, man.
Yeah, I know. God bless, because
let's get you on 94.5 and fucking Hot 97 and all that.
Exactly.
Let's get you there. Let's get you. Baby steps. I know baby steps, but you'll get there.
Yep. So the first radio release, for it to be with this station, it's gonna like really get me educated. I want to like look through actually look through that document, Word to Kanye. And that way I can educate myself and make sure that I understand really what's going on. Granted, I'm gonna be okay with like being on the radio for like 3 months, but you got to make sure that you're not signing away your life whenever you put.
Yeah, not at all. But you also want to make sure you get your publishing, because that's publishing.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So make sure you get that squared away. Make sure your shit's in order. So when they play all that stuff, that's basically royalties coming to you.
Exactly.
Whether it's a low royalty check or a big royalty check, it's a check. So definitely, congrats on that.
Thank you.
Get that right. Get that right for sure. And it's tough because there's a lot of wording and stuff. You understand, but take your time with it. And congrats on that. That's dope. But I heard that song "Butterflies" is fire. You also had Dad coming out, but
Yep. And then what else do I got? I have a track that should be ready in July or August with Mr. Good Bars and a video coming out.
Second shout out to Mr. Good Bars. We gave him a shout out the last episode too. Okay.
Yeah, no,
you guys rocked that show, man.
It's gonna be this track that we have coming out. It doesn't sound like anything that neither one of us has put out before. It's like very tribal beats. So once this track drops, definitely gonna do a video for it as well. The last video that we did amazing. So I'm hoping that we get really a lot of buzz because both of us are much more ahead of where we were when we put out that first track.
Which that track was hot too. You guys sang that on that Inspired by Hip Hop. And thank you for doing that, by the way.
Shout out to Flow for Your Die for hooking us up with that show.
Agreeing for that. Absolutely. But I was only a little bridge, man. But shout out to New Hampshire PBS and the crew and Jasmine. Positive Street Art. They were really the brains behind it.
Absolutely.
It was definitely fun. I like Positive Street Art. I love that whole space. I think that it's important to have something like that in the area because that's literally a space for creatives, bro.
Exactly.
Literally a
in
space
the city.
You can have a whole release album over there, bro.
You're actually absolutely right. That was me realizing the truth. Y'all see that?
yeah, absolutely. They fuck with it as long as you whatever the terms is and whatever they decide and agree on, obviously. But you literally can have a whole release album with an art exhibit and putting people on, and in a release, like you can have, like, for example, what I meant to my bad, I got distracted, but what I meant to say is that you can have like a release album there, right? And at the same time it can be an art show, and you can collab with artists and paintings so they can, people want to buy the artwork. You see what I'm saying?
Video.
You can do like your own cover and an artwork and shit, or you can have your merchant. You feel me? Like there's a whole bunch of stuff you can do with that.
Might have to start working with that.
You feel me? No, absolutely. Shout out to Positive Street Art, man. They're really doing great things. Manny, Cecilia, and that whole squad over there. Yeah, man, it's so important.
One painting of ODB.
No, you can't say that. Nobody knows about that yet. They didn't put it out. No, we'll cut that out. That's fine. 3829. Remember that? Yeah, no, they haven't released it yet, so we can't.
So I thought all that stuff was public. That's
no, not yet. It's only I don't know if he probably did. I don't even know. I have to double check. But if he didn't, I'll check the joint. Now you go, but there's some beautiful artists out there, man. So check it out if you're in the area. Check out Positive Street Art. They do a lot of events for creatives and stuff, so it'd be dope to go there and support and donate and do whatever you got to do. But network, and there's some great people there for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely a great big open space.
Yeah, for sure. So what events you got coming up? So you got a performance coming up, right?
So yeah, I got a performance coming up this 14th of April. I got another one the 23rd.
Yeah, that's the mystery show.
Yeah, that's with Sicker Than Most.
Shout out to Sicker Than Most.
I know that we got LB out there in Manchester that's going to be on that one. That's something that excites me a lot. And then I think the 23rd as well. That's going to be a red carpet show. We got Corey Guns from Young Money. He's going to be there. Nova Big Stepper, she's going to be there. That event's going to be crazy. And I think That should be it for
And other raps are going to be there too. You're good. Your mic work?
Yeah, it cut out for a second.
And other artists are going to be there too. So that's dope. So that's this month. You got anything coming up in June, in July, or anything like that? May?
So May 23rd, I know that we got an artist coming out. I still got to have some discussions about finalizations on that one. And then last week in June, what I'm doing is I'm not moving or anything like that, but I'm just going to go out to Cali for a week. See what I can do. Really be dedicated out there. See, I don't drink or anything like that. So my time when I do what I do and I smoke, but my time out there primarily is going to be let's network, let's get out, let's talk to people, let's perform. And New York is a great place to do that, but Cali, there's mad love. It's more an open environment. The sun's hitting people's skin. They're like ready to welcome and open things up. So if I'm able to do that and connect with the crowd or get on video or somebody takes a video of me and have a speaker while I'm performing, I think I can make some waves.
Hey man, more power to you, bro.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
That's a long trip for you to go out there and just do what you did in New York. Go in LA and do the same.
Absolutely.
That's what's up, bro. That's what's up, and I hope you catch fire there and meet some people that can really, make an impact and be able to change your lives in a positive way, bro. You know what I mean? In your music career, because that's what you want to do. That's the dream, right? You want to perform in front of millions of people and have music out there and do it for the love. Obviously, the reward behind it is rewarding, but
I want that DMX concert in Africa.
That was Woodstock, bro.
Was that?
That was Woodstock. That was a festival.
And
that continent meme from that continent. DMX rap to the whole continent.
Yeah.
That was Woodstock '99. Shows my age, bro.
Oh man.
Yeah. That was Woodstock.
I need a crowd like that.
You'll be there, man. It just takes time, bro, with the right people, the right investors,
Rest
the right
in peace,
sponsors.
DMX.
Yeah, rest in peace to the great. Okay, so, all right, so I asked New Country this too, so I'm gonna ask you, who are your top 5 artists of the region right now?
Top 5 artists of the region.
Have to be in any order, or just a general list. And I'm gonna say this again to everybody at home, watching this on YouTube and stuff. If he didn't put you in the list, don't get mad. This is just subjective. Okay? All right, cool.
C Millsy. Te Uno.
Speaking of C Millsy, man, that grandma crib one.
Yeah.
Oh my god, what a hard ass track, bro.
Tracks, yeah. There's those stories, bro. Like that nigga.
That's a hard track, dude.
That shit.
Wow, it was fire too. So C Millsy, Te Uno.
Desi Baker. He don't put out as much as music as I like him to, but
Desi. Okay, that's 3.
This one kind of took off. Still hasn't blown up yet. J-Zack.
He's fire. I know exactly who that is.
J-Zack.
He's up there though, but online digitally he's out there. I mean, I don't know if he. I think he might be doing. I've never met him personally. I would like to meet J-Zack one day for sure. I do follow his Facebook page, his Instagram and all that for the music that he puts out and stuff. He does a lot of content creating. He's very smart with that. Like, I don't know if you've seen it lately.
Yeah.
But if you need to take a page out of somebody's book, bro,
it's J-Zack.
It's him with that marketing stuff because it's working.
Yeah, no, he has all these different commercials and
it's so fire.
And you don't even sometimes I forget when they started coming up on my timeline, I forgot like I was following him, and they seem like something different, and then his song starts.
Mm-hmm.
Every single time, I'm like, yo, he's killing it.
For sure.
So
maybe that may be somebody you meet up there. I think he's out there, right?
Yeah, he's definitely out there. And then one more. That's a good question. That pressure builds when you start thinking.
It's 4, right? You got 4?
Hmm?
The 5th one. Who could it be? Suspense. The suspense.
I'm trying to think. Because if I were gonna be 100%
flow free,
you don't make music no more.
Flow free or die. Suspense. So he don't make music, you said?
He made music like last year, like GMT Mark B. That nigga kept going.
Yeah.
That nigga, like,
he's hard. That's my guy too, man. Shout out to him.
There's very few, like,
very cool dude.
But that list was based upon, like, when I hear that music, I'm like, I like work harder on the track. I take longer to put it out. Yo, I gotta. If he took the time, I wonder how much time he took, and I take more time, and I'm like, I'm gonna take my time on this one. It's always a competition, but it's never any hostility.
Yeah, no. Well, it's always good to look at it like that, so you can push yourself to be better. You know, so no, that's dope, man. That's a good list. That's a good list. Now,
I'll take that last one back, Mr. Good Bars.
Okay. Good bars.
I don't know where my head was at.
Good bars. Okay, so you took GMT out the list and put Good Bars in it. All right, so GMT's a good 6.
Yeah, he's a good 6 man. It's not like I'm taking him out of the list. He's not
it's a good
active.
Starting 5. Yeah,
not active.
So that's what kind of took him out.
Good Bars is active.
Yeah, it's true. Good Bars is active. Okay, that's a good list. All right, so last question on this type of like list. Top 5 producers in the region.
Ooh. Okay. Number 1, I work with Chaz.
Okay.
Number 2, he mixed and mastered my first project, Hollyweird, Nick Will.
Okay.
Number 3, Mr. Good Bars.
Okay.
Number 4, so he hasn't. I don't even think many people know of him. His name's Lab.
Okay.
Nashville. He makes his own beats and writes his own raps. And his beats are from scratch, like all the instruments and everything. And I admire somebody who could do that, who does that for himself. And is that one more?
I think so. I didn't even count, to be honest. You got Nick Will, you got Chaz, you got Lab. That's 3.
Mr. Good Bars.
Good Bars is 4.
New Country.
Okay.
Yeah. Yo, those songs that they produce out of that studio, brother, they belong on the radio.
Yeah.
I'm on fire.
We were just listening to that.
Bro, that song when that's like his what's that? Trap Queen. How that song took 3 years. That he needs to take 3 years on that.
He will,
because that's
he will. Trust me, the dude's humble. His mind is right. He's ready to work with anybody.
He's great.
Yeah, he's incredible. He's incredible, and what he got going on with Sick of the Most and that whole collective is dope. Shout out to everybody on that team. I was just with them. Nothing but love. They've treated me well. They hosted me well. We're about to get a podcast. They're about to get a podcast set up now over there and stuff. So, shout out to Sick of the Most. What they got going on is a beautiful thing to see for sure. And I fuck with their music heavy. Fuck with New Country heavy. I just met Dr. Ink over there. I guess it's tattoo artist.
Okay.
And some other cats too. But overall, man, yeah, no, that they got what they got going on is fire, and you can't ignore it. You can't hate on it because they're doing it their own way, their own style, and they're in their own collective, man, and they're in their own world, and it's their world, and everybody's a guest in it. And that's how they're looking at it, and I respect that.
And their energy, like even when they're on crowd, there's like you could tell when a group is in sync, like you said earlier. That's a group that's in sync.
Yep, for sure. The difference between a seasoned artist and somebody who's just doing it right.
Exactly.
So so we talked about some of your influences. Talked about top 5 producers and stuff. So what makes Hope? What makes you kind of tick?
Trust.
Okay.
A lot of what I write struggles all stem from the root of trust.
Okay.
Because if there was more of a trust established growing up, more with being around people, those issues wouldn't be conveyed in the way that they are. So I would say lack of trust in today's society.
Okay. I respect it, man. It's a good answer. All right, so we're gonna end this with this. You want to put up another song up?
Yeah, I'll put out the Butterflies. We just released that one.
Word. Actually, you should put up Chin Up, to be honest. We'll do both. And if you want, I can do kind of like a segment in the video and put a track in there, and
yeah, we'll just do
our cover and links and stuff. Go ahead.
Let's go.
Chin Up, I Hope the Rapper.
B-L-A-C-K. And my daddy was black, and his daddy was black. So, Mr. Officer, no, I can't help that. Won't you look at the facts? Tell me who's in charge. By the look on your face, the rules differ with ours. Rather see us in cars, wasting money at bars, filling lumps cigars, living under the bar. But distract us with lights, make me feel like a star. If I spend it today, then no hope for tomorrow. It's the system we live, got me pinned to piss. Still taking my shot, what if I don't miss? Can't live life like this, man, there's gotta be more. Yesterday I was drowning, now I'm climbing the shore. With this mic I grip, till the beats in the morgue. Got the world on my chest, but I'm only a George. Devil telling me stress, so I pray to the Lord. They think life is a game, well don't play on my board. No, 10, no, 4. Chin up, hold your head high. We all did dirt just to get by. We all did dirt just to get by. We all did dirt just to get by. Chin up, hold your head high. We all did dirt just to get by. We all did dirt just to get by. We all did. And my mama was black.
Just funny fact, I was before I heard that, or before I wrote that track, I was listening to just to get by. So I was like, just to get by.
Solid Quality.
Yeah.
Black Star. Word, man. And all right, so we'll do Butterflies, and then we'll call it a day.
With the world on my
this is
Butterflies.
I didn't know I still get butterflies, but I die. And even though I'm not a type, she's sick and tired of the mother guys. It goes my oh my. I didn't know I still get butterflies. And even though I'm not a type, she's sick and tired of the mother guys. Something about her, can't even think of the words. Baby, I can put you first, but I'm hoping we can last. Maybe if I let go yours, you'll let go my past. Late night smoking gas, time move fast, but I freeze with you. King on the board when I make my move. All these balls should be me you choose. Move how she want, just like a queen do. Checkmate from the point she came through. So think it over, maybe we can rule the world.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 bangers there, huh? 3
Chess.
bangers. Woo.
Playing chess on that last one.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, y'all. So this is Flow Talk, episode 3, season 2. Hope the Rapper, Flow Free or Die. It's your man Gordi. Thank you for tuning in. Stay tuned for the next episode.